In this video, we will be covering the proper way to set planes. There are two ways to set a proper plane: using the pin blocks provided for you or using a laser line generator. First, we will cover setting a plane using pin blocks. Retrieve the pin blocks that are provided for you in your case. Place 3 of these pin blocks on the cabinet top, arrows pointing up, with one on the extreme left and front edge, one on the extreme right and front edge, and one on the back edge of the cabinet as far back as possible to create a triangle plane. It's very important to set the plane by shooting the pin targets in the correct order: left, right, then back. On each pin block, there is a bold black line with an arrow pointing at it that says Set Plane. Aim the laser onto the black line and take the measurements by tapping anywhere on the screen. Congratulations! You've set a proper plane and can now start taking measurements. An alternative way to set a plane is to use a level line generator. Place the line generator so it projects a line above the cabinets on the back wall. Since the line generator is self-leveling, our plane will be perfectly level. Use the laser measuring system to set the plane in the identical way by taking our measurements left, right, and back. To learn about setting vertical planes, please refer to our video for measuring walls or full-height backsplashes. In this video, we will discuss best practices for aiming the laser when taking measurements. Measure cabinet runs about 1 to 2 inches away from each intersection or change of cabinet direction. As a general rule of thumb, measure points spread out as far as possible on each respective cabinet run to produce the best results. In this video, we will be covering the 4 different ways to take measurements for creating a template. The 4 options, located under the Laser Mode button in the top right of your screen, are line, arcs, circles, and crosses. Lines are 2 points spread far apart on a specific cabinet base or wall that we want to measure. Arcs are created by taking the last 3 points to create a perfectly smooth, consistent radius. If we have an inconsistent or unique arc, we can still measure by taking multiple points in arc mode. To keep these arcs connected, after shooting the first 3 points, it only takes 2 more points to create another arc. Our software uses the last point of the first arc as the first point of the next arc. We can also measure multiple arcs in a row, but must end on an odd number to complete the final arc. We can measure circles in 2 different ways. For 1-point circle, shoot the center of the circle and manually enter the radius of that circle. For a 3-point circle, measure the 3 points of the visible surface, left to right. Crosses are used to take a single-point measurement. Crosses are used to center items like sink center, cooktop center, or outlets in a backsplash. Be sure the laser dot is not stretched when taking a cross. In this video, we will show the multiple benefits of using the fillet function. The fillet function creates sharp, radiused, and chamfered corners. Click the fillet button on the right-hand sidebar. Select the type of corner you are designing, from radius, chamfer, or sharp corner. If you select radius or chamfer, you can enter the dimension in inches for these options in the measurements bar above. Click OK. Select the 2 adjacent lines to be filleted, and the fillet corner style will automatically be applied. When filleting a scribe wall to a cabinet panel, always select the scribe line first. When doing this, the scribe line will be highlighted in yellow, letting you know you have the last line next to our cabinet edge. This prevents you from filleting the wrong scribe segment to our cabinet and ending up with double lines on your scribe walls. In certain situations, you may not get a smooth transition from a line to arc or arc to arc. In many cases, you can fillet a radius to smooth out the transition. It is best to try this function before templating your first formal job to get comfortable with the various looks of the radius options. Once you are comfortable with fillet, you can also access some preloaded fillet functions from the Quick Action button. In this video, we will be showing you how to use the Auto Fillet function, which will automatically create sharp corners at cabinet base intersections as they're being measured. Using this function eliminates the need to start a new line after each base measure, as well as having to go back and fillet each line together after the measurements are taken. A few steps are required before entering the Auto Fillet mode. First, make sure your laser is in line mode, and you have the color selected that represents your cabinet bases. Next, select Auto Fillet from the right-hand menu. You will see a message appear on the bottom of the screen directing you to take 2 measurements for each straight line desired, not for scribe walls. When this message appears on your screen, you are in Auto Fillet mode. You can now start measuring. Be sure to start at the beginning or end of a scribe. Remember to measure in either a clockwise or counterclockwise direction, taking 2 points on each cabinet base. Once your measurements are complete, you will notice an Open and Close button flashing at the bottom of the screen. If you are measuring an island, select Close to fillet the last corner together. If you are scribing a back wall, select Open, then change to your wall color, and take your scribe measurements. In this video, we will be showing you how to add backsplashes and drop edges. To add a backsplash after the countertop is measured, click Draw and Backsplash. First, enter the desired height of the backsplash, typically 4 inches. Next, enter the desired offset, which identifies how far away the offsets will be drawn away from the countertop edges. It's recommended to set a minimum offset of 12 inches, as it makes your files easier to edit. Click OK, and you will see your confirmed height and offset boxes at the bottom of the screen. If needed, edit these fields to change the height or offset of your backsplash. There is also a short description below of how to complete this function. Next, click on the ends of the scribe wall of the intended backsplash. Now click outside of the countertop to draw the backsplash. As the majority of backsplashes have a flat polish, you can choose to set your default backsplash color to flat polish and use the Revise Color option to change the color of non-flat polish backsplashes. Note that there is no need to print out the backsplash vinyl templates, as using the direct measurements to fabricate the pieces is sufficient. If you are using a CNC, your sawyer should nest these pieces to best fit on the slab being fabricated. Remember that you may need to trim the backsplash ends for final fit. You can use this same function to create drop edges. Set the height to the amount of stone you want to add to the front edge. For example, if you have a 2 cm material and want it to duplicate 3 cm, cut a 1 cm piece to add to your front edge to create the 3 cm look. Select the ends of your front edges and then click in front of this edge to create your drop edge pieces. More than likely, some of these edges overlap, and again, your sawyer can arrange these accordingly in the software. We can also use slab layout software to rearrange the pieces for optimal fit onto a slab. As with backsplash finishes, revising colors is an excellent way to represent the finished edges of these pieces. This function may also be used to draw a waterfall piece. Determine the height of the waterfall and enter it into the Height section. Then click the ends to be waterfalled, repeating the same process as before to create the waterfall piece. In this video, we will show you how to use the Undo and Redo functions. Undo removes the last action taken and can be used for virtually every function in the Laser Templator software. The Undo function allows you to remove up to the last 20 functions completed. If you accidentally undo too many functions, Select Redo to bring back the unintended undo function.